The infant was transferred here to the Children's Hospital of Illinois, where he was pronounced dead. The Grice family actually just entered their home for the very first time. That's why he's installed surveillance cameras on his car lot for an added level of security. Residents and neighbors say this truck stop has nearly doubled in size in recent years. Hundreds of trucks are coming in and out of here daily. Now to the politics and the war in Afghanistan. Based on these numbers, how can you convince parents that their kids are safe coming to school? The two old Chicago employees are getting very creative, and they're going to camp out on the roof all weekend to raise money for the children's home. The skies are mostly clear, but if you take a peek at what's coming ahead, cool temperatures. Congratulations. Now, Jahan won by 6 points. It was a hotly contested race. For HOI 19 News, I'm Ashley McNamee. Back to you. They'll be the rings heard round the world.
Hey, Lon. How are you? Good.
On Tuesday, David Ellis, the lead prosecutor in the impeachment trial of Governor Blagojevich, played the FBI wiretaps everyone had been waiting for.
How we doing?
Good. Talked to Lon, and he says Johnny Johnson's good for it.
Ellis argues these 4 phone calls between Blagojevich, his brother, a lobbyist, and a horse race official show one example of how Blagojevich abused his power. The prosecution says before he signed the bill bailing out the horse racing industry, he wanted $100 grand in campaign funds.
I'm telling you, he's going to be good for it. I got his face. Okay. So.
The prosecution says even the timing shows wrongdoing because a pending ethics law that bars contributions from people doing business with the state of Illinois in 2009.
Okay, but clearly before the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Daniel Kane, the FBI agent who wiretapped and bugged Governor Blagojevich, testified, verifying that voice you're hearing really is that of the governor.
At the time you executed this affidavit, was paragraph 88 true and accurate to your knowledge?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Now, after hearing the governor's voice on those tapes, some lawmakers say they have no doubt in their minds that this could be anything but pay to play.
It sounds like it's out of a Hollywood movie with, mafia thugs out, trying to shake some target down. I mean, it really and truly makes me sick to my stomach.
Senators like Bill Brady from McLean County still express an interest in hearing the governor's side of the story.
I simply wish the governor would have someone, or he himself would show up. I think he owes it to the people of Illinois to explain.
Reporting in Springfield, I'm Ashley McNamee. At first glance, it looks like your average home in the middle of Livingston County. But if you look twice, you'll notice something special.
Oh, yeah, we get questions all the time.
Terry and Jerry Jones' house is off the grid, which means they're not connected to an electricity grid.
And of course, that always gets a lot of comments, but it's not really, we have electricity. Our house is wired just like anybody else's.
But there is one big difference. They generate all of their power for their home themselves through solar energy and wind power.
I don't really know what people pay for utilities anymore.
In fact, the last time they paid an electric bill was in December of 1995.
A lot of times we get asked, what are we saving? What does it save us? And I say, what do you pay for electricity a month? And whatever your answer is, and it doesn't matter, we don't pay that. But yet we still do the same things you do.
The magic happens here, what Jerry calls the Jones Utility Company.
That's what controls the solar panels.
It's the wall where all the energy created from the solar panels and the wind turbine in their yard is converted into the energy we're used to getting from our power company. They actually have a power meter on their wall, and that lets them know how much energy is coming into their house. If it's a positive number, it means they're creating more energy than they're using. Let's say they start doing things like opening their fridge or using their microwave. They'll see the number go into the negative. That means they're consuming more energy than they're actually creating. They say their lifestyle today is similar to when they lived on an electric grid. Now, they're just more conscious than they used to be.
We're always looking at the weather because it's a key factor. We know if it's going to be windy. We don't have to worry about what we're using.
So everything from their license plates to their compact fluorescent light bulbs show that going green isn't a trend for the Joneses. It's their preferred way of life.
And that's actually cleaner power than you get from the utility.
In Pontiac, Ashley McNamee, HOI 19 News.
Gangs and guns, they're outside of school. So, of course people who are at school are going to bring that here.
Do you think it's a problem?
I think it's a big problem.
So big, in fact, sophomore Inka Bryson says there are more guns in school than anyone is aware of.
I think it happens a lot more than when people get recognized, people getting caught. I think so.
According to District 150 numbers, during the 2006-2007 school year alone, there were 78 students suspended for bringing weapons to school. Of those suspensions, 2 were for actual handguns. There were also 44 students suspended for gang activity.
I don't like that fact, but I mean, it's life, I guess. It's high school.
But they say just because they're used to it,
violence is not the answer.
Doesn't mean they're always comfortable with it.
Sometimes I feel safe, but then sometimes I don't.
Right now, all 4 high schools in District 150 have metal detecting hand wands that are used to screen students as they enter the building.
Hello, buddy, how are you?
But it's not something the students we talk to take very seriously.
I don't think anything of it, because it's not really that effective. Because only not even probably half of the kids get checked, so just walk right around it, really.
After the most recent gun incident at Woodruff, cuts to security were removed from a list of possible budget cuts. But given the deficit, increases to security seem out of the question.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
But that's exactly what students say they need.
Tighten up on our security if that's the case, because then they have they can't. It's almost impossible for them to bring it.
After an incident in 2005 when a student actually fired a gun inside Woodruff High School, the district installed portable metal detectors every student had to pass through before being allowed inside the building. Those metal detectors were removed after just 2 days.
I think maybe for future kids and stuff, as stuff might get worse, I think they should go back to those.
The district says the difference in cost between metal detectors and the wands is huge.
If we had the capability to do that, we would do it on a full-time basis, but unfortunately we don't have the resources to do it this time.
Students insist it would be money well spent.
Because people won't have to worry about looking behind their back every other second.
But based on these numbers, how can you convince parents that their kids are safe coming to school?
By the prevention we're doing, because we're taking the weapons away.
But despite everything, every student we spoke to came to the defense of the district, insisting it's the students who need to take responsibility for guns and gangs in the schools.
In order for us to have a better image, we have to be the ones to change it. Teachers and head of the school can't do it for us. So it's our decision how we want our school to look.